Hey guys, what is going on? Randall419 here, the man with the million, back yet again with another video. This will be a review of Livelock. Livelock is developed by 2 Games and published by Perfect World Entertainment. Thanks to them for providing a code for review/streaming purposes. Alright, so let's get down to the brass tacks. What is Livelock, you ask me? And the simple answer is that it is a twin-stick shooter. I know. You can stop laughing. There are millions of twin-stick shooters out there on the Xbox, PSN, Steam Marketplace. What makes this game different? And is it any good? Those are the questions I'm going to try to answer for you guys during this video. I'm going to get right into it. Is it very good? The answer to that question is yes. It is a good game. I had a lot of fun playing it. And one of the first things you'll notice when you start it up is that it looks good for an ID at Xbox game. A lot of the ID at Xbox games tend to be on the lower end of the graphical scale. I mean, this game doesn't look as good as Gears or Forza, but no one's really expecting it. But for an ID at Xbox game, this game is a looker. It looks good. It plays extremely well. And the story. So here's the setup, as you can see from the video. Humanity is pretty much extinct, or went through a cataclysm. But it is a backup plan to try to save the species. Scientists figured out a way to upload the human consciousness into these robots called intellects. And the whole point of this game is that SATCOM, which is this orbiting satellite charged with the protection of and survival of humanity, reawakens the 3 intellects of the game, the 3 playable characters you can choose from, and I'll get to that in a minute. So he wakes them up, and you go on a journey to try and kill everything out there so it's safe to bring humanity back from the dead, to start it all back up. So there's 3 classes you can choose from, or chassis as they're called in the game. 3 different types of characters. You have Hex, which is your typical twin-stick shooter character. He's got ranged weapons, a couple functions that use them that he uses to keep enemies away from him. There's also Vanguard, which is the tank character. He's big, brutish, he punches people. His job is to get in there, draw aggro, punch people to death, while Vex or Catalyst do the work. And then there's the last one, Catalyst, which is the support character. So you have all the type of classes represented in here. So Catalyst, like I said, is a support character. She can heal enemies, she can place turrets down. She's a very useful character when you have her leveled up. So you can level up all your characters to level 30. It doesn't take long to level up. Usually you finish a level and you'll be at the next one. And every level you gain a new ability. So it always feels like you're progressing to something, which is great in my opinion. But I thought the most redeeming factor of this game was the inclusion of online co-op. Too many ID at Xbox games that come out do not feature online co-op. They only have local co-op, and it is a gigantic drag for those of us that don't necessarily have a co-op partner at home to play with. But I was able to play the majority of this game. In fact, I think I played all of it on hard difficulty with a couple friends on Xbox Live, and it was a great experience. We had no issues. Everybody, everything counts for everybody. Kills, money, the carbon. The carbon you pick up, you can see the little blue dots on the ground right there. That's like your currency. You can upgrade your weapons with them. And you have 2 sets. You got your primary weapon, you got your special weapon, and you got your heavy weapon. And you got 2 versions of each. And you use them to obviously kill all the enemies in your way, just like any other typical shooter. But the game is a lot of fun, like I'm mentioning. This is the most important thing to me when I play a game. Number 1, is it fun? And number 2, how's the gameplay? And I gotta say, they're both pretty top-notch in this game. I'll be talking about the achievements in 1 second, so yeah, let's get into that. game has 21 levels, divided into 3 acts, and each of the acts has its own unique style with its own unique enemies, so you won't be fighting the same enemies throughout the entire campaign. They switch it up. Act 1 is 11 levels long, Act 2 is 6, and Act 3 is 4 with a boss fight at the end. So let's get into some kind of negatives that I have with the game. For starters, there's really nothing special about the sound design of it. It just exists. I mean, the guns sound alright, but there's nothing really to it. The story is serviceable. It's nothing special. There's actually no challenge to this game. That's one of my biggest complaints. You constantly respawn no matter what. If you die, a new drop pod will just drop in, and you could continue where you're at, no matter if you're on easy, normal, and hard. So, there's no challenge to the game. The game does score you on a leaderboard type thing at the end of every level by how well you accumulated kill streaks, how much things you destroyed. You get points for that stuff if you died. So if you want to fight for a position on a leaderboard, there is that. But in this day and age, it would have been nice to have some sort of challenge, like you had only had so many lives, during each level. But that's not how it is. So if you die, you just keep on going. The achievements are pretty decent. You'll get the majority of them as you play through. I think you can beat the game in like 3 hours or so on easy, just because like each level takes 5 to 8 minutes. It's not a long game by any stretch of the imagination. But to get all the achievements, you gotta do some specific things. You gotta kill each one of these enemies a certain number of times. You gotta get each of the characters up to level 30, which, pro tip, just farm the last boss fight. You get a lot of experience. So it took me about 15 hours to get 1,000 in the game, which is it's an okay thing. But the most important thing about this game, like I mentioned before, is the inclusion of online co-op. Playing it with my friends in 3-player co-op is fun, and it is a throwback to XBLA, because most of those games on the service had online co-op. We don't get that anymore with ID at Xbox games, so this was a rare treat. I enjoyed the game more because of it. Now you ask me, Rand, is it worth my money? This game is $20. And I would have to go with probably not, unless you have people to play with. If you have people to play with, then I would say, yeah, pick this game up. You're going to have a good time. But if you're just playing it solo and you don't really like the achievements and don't like twin-stick shooters, nah, save your money, wait for a sale. All these games go on sale at some point. It's not a game you have to play immediately. It's just, I hope more developers learn from this game. The thing I like most about this game is the online co-op. There are games that come out recently, like Overcooked, for example, that feature local co-op, and it's like, come on. There are a lot of people out there that don't have someone to play games with at their house. But we all have friends online to be able to do that. So if you were to pressure me into a review, like a score or something like that, I'd probably give this game a 6. I actually use the full 1 to 10 scale. I'm not IGN or GameSpot. A 5 to me is an average game. This game is slightly above average. I'd give it a 6. I enjoyed it, and that's the most important thing for me, is I enjoyed playing the game. I had fun playing it. Well, that's it for the review, guys. If you want to leave a comment to let me know what you think, how I can grow my channel, how I can be better, post in the comments below. If you want to, see more stuff from me, make sure you subscribe so you can see the daily content I'm going to try to be doing. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch and on the TXR podcast, which I host every Monday. The links are in the description of the video. And tune in tomorrow, where I think I will have a review of Firewatch up. And yeah, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Peace. Da Tamaka.
Weapons overheated. I have eyes on the crash site.
Retrieve the satellite data set. It contains the coordinates of the